Welcome to this week's edition of HawkTalk. With the warming weather outside, we got another spring sport, two-season sport kicking their season off. So we're joined by the Rodeo team today as they gear up for, a long stretch of, going out to events, different things like that across the Midwest. So we're joined by two on the women's team to start here. What do you got to introduce yourself, starting with you, Callie?
I'm Callie Post from Baker, Montana.
I'm Carly Bowditch from Sylvania, Saskatchewan.
Yeah, and you guys are both seniors. So you've kind of had the experience of, the long season in the fall and in the spring. But looking back to your decision to come to Dickinson State, 4.5, whatever years ago, what decided to bring you to Dickinson?
I live in Baker, which is only about 120 miles away. I'd heard about the really good rodeo program, and I was looking for an ag business degree. So Dickinson was top on the list, and that's what brought me here.
I'm really similar to Callie. I went to National High School Rodeo Finals and was looking for a place in the States to join a rodeo team, and Dickinson's agriculture program came highly recommended, so that's what brought me here.
Yeah, Callie, you mentioned you're from Baker. It seems like, about half the people you meet are from Baker or Sydney or Glendive, somewhere on the eastern North Dakota or Montana side. What's it like seeing some of those familiar faces that you knew in high school from other schools or your own school?
It's fun to see everyone that you were around in high school. Every time you mention you're from Baker, everyone's like, oh, like another one. Like, there's so many of us, but Dickinson's just a great college and it's close, and it's nice to see everyone.
Yeah, looking kind of at the rodeo side of things, what events do you guys participate in, and what's your favorite out of those?
I team rope and breakaway rope, so I guess they both are similar. We did it in high school and then come to college and try to make it better for yourself.
Oh.
I barrel race and breakaway rope. I've always been a competitive barrel racer, so it's probably my favorite. Breakaway roping, I've improved a lot since I came to college, so it's kind of a different favorite. Worked really hard and get lots of opportunities in college to practice with live cattle, which makes you a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys are, like I said, traveling all over the Midwest, going down to Brookings, Black Hills, Lincoln, wherever it may be. But that's a lot of time spent in the car. How do you guys balance, between rodeo, school, everything else going on?
It's not easy. It's a lot of work, and we're both seniors, so we're getting ready to graduate, and it's taking a lot of sweat and tears, and it's going to be tough. But we've been doing it for 4 years, so we're prepared for what's coming. And there's a lot of homework being done in the hotel rooms and in the pickup, and it's not easy. But being in the ag department too, they're so understanding of us rodeo kids. They kind of expect it. So the teachers are very understanding, and we just work very hard.
Yeah, I think from freshman year we kind of figure out to get our stuff done before we leave for road trips, so that we're ready and ahead of the game for school-wise. But now it's kind of getting real with this senior project on the way. We're actually presenting our senior projects in Lincoln from their university through Skype, because we cannot attend the scholar presentations on at the Dickinson campus. So there's definitely some preparation that comes with that, but we'll work with it and do our best.
Yeah, as seniors, do you feel like there's kind of a leadership role, in training and then making sure everyone stays on top of, everything that they have to do?
Yeah, definitely. And I just remember being a freshman and listening to everyone talk about being a senior and getting their project done and getting homework done, and we were kind of as freshmen, yeah, it'll get done. And now, after that first semester, you're like, okay, I need to stay on top. I need to go to class right away and beginning of the week, and we see what they did, and they, that's our job now, to prepare the freshmen and sophomores and, teach them how practices should go, and so that next year when we're all gone, they can kind of step up and be able to do that.
Yeah, and with those long road trips, there's got to be, stories and memories and, a million things that go on and going across the Midwest. But, for you guys, what does that add to the team camaraderie and, just building a family?
We really have to pull together. I mean, we're spending 12 to 14 hours on the road together with our prized possessions in the trailer. So that means that you've got lots of lives on your hands driving through big cities with big trailers. So it really becomes a respect thing. We respect each other and our equine athletes, and we're making sure that everyone's as comfortable and as ready to compete as they can be when we get there. And then in the hotels and stuff too, I mean, we spend all these hours together, so we become fairly close. and mean a lot to each other by the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, how special is that to be able to have kind of that family aspect as well as competing together, but how does that feel?
Well, we obviously compete together, but we spend hours and hours in the arenas together, and like she said, like 12 hours just 2 rodeos. So it becomes, we all have classes together and everything. So if you come to school and you don't know anyone as a freshman, you'll definitely know them by the end of September because we spend a lot of time together.
Which is great. For me, coming so far from home to go to school, I didn't know a soul when I got here, and it's really nice to feel like you have a family with the rodeo team. Last year we were on the road for Easter, and the Berg family actually had us all over, the entire team, for Easter supper. So we really pull together and make sure that everyone feels at home in the team.
Absolutely. And like my sport, golf, you can't get outside in the winter all the time. What's kind of the training regimen, keeping your horses, prepared for the upcoming season, keeping them stretched out, whatever it may be? What's the winter season like?
So we're done in October after Fargo Rodeo, and lots of us give our good horses some time off. Lots of kids bring in some young horses to keep themselves kind of sharp and work on prospects for the winter. And then February rolls around and we get practice cattle back and everybody brings their horses back. It's 2 to 3 weeks of just getting your horse in shape before you actually start practicing. So long trotting and getting them conditioned. And then it's time to start roping cattle, working barrels, going to some jackpots to prepare yourself mentally and get your A game on.
Yeah, we talk a lot on the show about, keeping your body healthy, whether it be in basketball, track, whatever. But for you guys, like you said, you're responsible for yourself as well as your horse, maybe a couple of them. How difficult is that, and how, precise do you have to be in preparing, every week?
Yeah, well, like in the winter time is a lot of good time to like go and step back down to basics, go rope the dummy, work on, like goat tires, my goat tie, whatever there, because we have that indoor facility, which is really nice just to, prepare ourselves while our horses take a break, and then when it comes back time to get the ball rolling. Like in the spring we have 5 rodeos in a row, so it's coming up this weekend, so if you're not ready, there's a lot of time that needs to be put into it before.
Yeah, you mentioned that you got a stretch of 5 weekends in a row with rodeos here. What are you guys looking forward to in your final spring?
I think this is bittersweet. We're going to embrace everything we can. We've been to these arenas, we've rodeoed here, we know what the setup is like for everything, so it's really just time for us to show everyone what we've learned and what we've accomplished over our college careers, and make the most of it.
Yeah, do you guys have any goals for the spring that you want to reach or whatever it may be?
I think we all kind of have the same goal. We want to make it to the short go. We want to make points, and we want to, get on that points team and try to make the CNFR. But, everyone's at a different spot, and that's what's cool about rodeo. Everyone's at different stages, and so seeing them, how they progress, and like talking about teammates, we see how these people start out and like where they're at now. And even us as freshmen to now, it's crazy. So just, even if someone goes out and makes a run that doesn't make it to the short go, we know that was probably like one of their best ones, and it's fun to see everyone progress over the years.
Yeah, it's easy to get a little down on yourself because we compete against 100 to 50 people depending on the event you're on, and only top 10 make the short round. So that's a small fraction of who we're competing, and it's easy to really be down on yourself for not making that short round. But when we look back to what we came here as freshmen and how close we are and how much more competitive we are from the training and the practice and the coaching that we've got over the years, you really appreciate how far you've come.
Right, and the home fans will have a chance to see you guys May 4th and 5th. I think that was the best rodeo in the region last year.
It was.
So, what are you looking forward to at, that newer facility south of town and getting to compete in front of the home fans?
It's a beautiful facility. We're really excited to be able to use it. Last year, our performances went really smoothly. We were able to run them in less than 2 hours, which I think was a big part that contributed to us getting Rodeo of the Year. We really enjoy it because our friends and family get to come out and enjoy it. We're really hoping that we get the weather that we did last year because it was beautiful. So we're going to do some kids activities, some college kid activities, try to get everyone involved and have a good last weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for coming on,
Yeah,
ladies.
thank you.
Thank you.
May 4th and 5th, the Blue Hawk Stampede. We'll be back with a couple of the rodeo kids on the men's side. Welcome back to Hawk Talk. We're joined by a couple of the men's rodeo members. Why don't we get to introduce yourself, where you're from and what you're studying?
I'm Lane Berg. I'm from Chaffee, North Dakota. I'm studying egg business.
And I'm Chance Glass, and I'm from Heber, North Dakota, and I'm a ranch management degree.
Awesome. And what events do you guys participate on the rodeo?
I'm in bull riding and steer wrestling.
And I'm in calf roping and team roping.
You said bull riding. I personally can't imagine, getting on a bull, doing that. What's kind of the mindset when you go out there and get on?
Just give it everything you got. Them bulls have so much power, and it's just natural ability. It's crazy, but you just got to react and go at them every time and give it your best.
Yeah, and we talked with the ladies a little bit about those road trips, getting on the road. For you guys, how nice is it to kind of build that brotherhood out on the road and get to know each other a little bit more than, just a couple hours of practice?
Yeah, it's nice getting to know people, not from around your area, and learn them and get to be good friends with them.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone just gets so close. We always spend so much time together and practice together. It's quite the deal.
Yeah, for you guys, what's training like? Obviously, bull riding is a little bit different. You don't have a bunch of bulls sitting around all the time. So, how do you have to capitalize on those opportunities when you get them?
We've been very fortunate. Benny Paulson's been a huge helper. He, old-time bull rider, really good guy. Just been coming in, helping me and my brother get better every week and just practice on the bucking machine. And when we do have bulls, we just take advantage of the opportunity. And
yeah, you mentioned, Benny and some of the different people that are involved in Blue Hawk Rodeo. From your guys' perspective, how great is, the community around Blue Hawk Rodeo and just the agriculture department in general? How does that help you throughout your time?
Oh, it's very beneficial. It helps out a lot. It helps you get ready for the season, and it lets you know that somebody's there actually wanting you to succeed and do good in the events that you do.
Yeah, definitely. And looking forward to this season, you guys are sitting in first in the North Plains region, the Great Plains region. Coming out of the fall, do you guys have that in the back of your mind that you want to, finish on top?
Yeah, we definitely want to finish on top, and it's in the back of our mind. But you just got to go at it one at a time. And if you start thinking about it, that's when things start going bad. And just gonna do the best that we can, and just keep capitalizing on opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've talked about it with some of the other sports that are more individually based, but for you guys, how much does your teammates and other people around the program drive you to get better each day at practice?
We're the team. You're individual for everything else, but you kind of cheer each other on when you're not in that event. You're wanting that other guy to do good just for the team aspect of it, and no one really wishes bad upon anyone, and just kind of cheer everyone on.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys, looking forward to the season, do you have any goals set for yourself or for the team as a whole?
Personally, I want to make the CNFR. It's always been one of my goals, and just to give it everything I got, and if I do that, everything will play out and work out.
Yeah, making the CNFR is one of my goals. This is my senior year. I'd like to go to the CNFR one more time. In order to do that, I need to make every short round and make them count, make my calf roping count.
Yeah, for someone who doesn't know, like myself, what qualifies for the CNFR? Is it a point total throughout the year, or how does that work?
Well, the top three in every event get qualified, and then the top two teams as well. So if we finish one or two, I think five people, right?
Yep.
Yep, five people on the team qualify. which gives you an automatic in, but then the top 3 of each event. get.
Yep, so you guys are sitting in good place. Going down to Brookings this weekend, you know, how fun is it going to be to finally get out there and be in an actual competition instead of inside?
It's going to be fun. Get to see all your old friends from all the other schools and all that, and just the atmosphere at Rodeo again is a good feeling.
Yeah, all this winter practicing we've been doing, it'll be nice to see if the work paid off in Brookings. Will be.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about it with the ladies a little bit, but for you guys, you know, you mentioned kind of taking those opportunities on bull riding, but for you, Chance, you know, how do you kind of prepare throughout the winter and, you know, keep things fresh and ready to go?
I just keep like practicing the rope and the dummy, and then getting some calves, and I gotten some calves from here and there, and just tie them down, and just really just get your, you know, muscle memory back, and just keep going at it so you don't forget it, and I guess just routine.
Yeah. Yeah, is it something like, you know, riding a bike, like where you can step away and
Yep.
come back and it's the same thing?
Yeah, but you just get a little sore, you know,
Yeah.
you just gotta keep going, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So looking forward to this season. You guys will be in Black Hills, Nebraska, Hastings. So if you're in the Midwest region, make sure you come out and find these guys. You can find that schedule at dsubluehawks.com. You know, for you guys, for you, Chance, you know, senior year, what's next for you beyond Blue Hawk Rodeo and your time at Dickinson State?
Well, I'd like to keep rodeoing a little bit, and then I'll probably just head back home to the ranch.
Yeah. You know, and to me, it seems like it's a lifestyle thing, the rodeo. And do you feel the same? And is that why you want to continue being a part of it?
Yeah, I think it is like a nice, I mean, like calf roping I use on the ranch every day, you know, it's handy, it's beneficial, and it's fun. It's a thrill, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lane, you've got another year here at Dickinson State, but, you know, limited opportunities left.
Exactly.
What are you going to, both of you, what are you going to remember about your time coming to Dickinson State, and what are you going to cherish?
Just the fact that you get to meet all these kids from all over the place, and you get to be so close, and like you said, you get to be kind of a family, and just kind of going to miss that, I guess, and practicing together and all that.
Yeah, it's just the connection you make with all these people that you meet here, and then hopefully gain some friends along the way, and keep in touch with hopefully with them, and that's the main thing, just getting to know people, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Blue Hawk Stampede, May 4th and 5th at the South Rodeo Grounds here in Dickinson. Make sure you check out the schedule on dsubluehawks.com. This weekend, softball has been moved to Aberdeen. Baseball, as far as we know, will be here, but make sure you check out dsubluehawks.com for the latest on that. We'll be back next week with more Hawk Talk. Until then, Hawks are up.